Before we start today's video, I just wanted to quickly ask you guys for some support. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, tonight. So as soon as you watch this video, make sure you get tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern on MaxSpeed TV. Link is in the description down below. I know a lot of you guys like the iRacing videos that I do on the channel. Well, tonight, the Nordic season's over, but tonight we're doing like an all-star race. It has heats in it, a last chance qualifier, and a main all-star race at Talladega, 20 laps long. It's going to be a short little race. The heats are going to be short as well, and it's all going to be streamed live on MaxSpeed TV. So again, the link is in the description below. Come support the league. It's really fun. A lot of my friends are in it. I have a lot of fun racing in it. It's the only league I race in because my friends are there, and I have a lot of fun. So it's going to be at Talladega. I'm going to try to put on a show for you guys as well. And that number 24, I don't know what paint scheme I'm running, but I'll be in the 24 car. I'll try to make 3 wide through the middle. I won't be running in the back. I'll be running up towards the front. It's an all-star race. Got to have a lot of fun. Got to make it to the main event. So top 3 in the heats advance, and then top 10 in the last chance qualifier advance. There are going to be 3 heats. I don't know which heat I'm in. So hopefully I finish top 3. If not, I'll go to the last chance qualifier, try to finish top 10, and then try to win the main race. There's a money purse as well. So money is on the line. Talladega all-star race. Go check it out. It is, again, link in the description down below. 7 p.m. Eastern, live, MaxSpeed TV. On to the video. Hello, guys. Today we are going to break down the 8 drivers, talk about them individually one by one, who are competing for the NASCAR Cup Series Championship. 4 guys make it to Homestead. There are 3 races left, 2 short tracks, 1.5 miles, and we're going to see who makes it through. Here are the standings, and you can see that Kyle Busch has 4,046. Truex is 4 behind at 42, Hamlin 37, Logano 30, Harvick 28, Elliott 24, Larson 11, Blaney at 9. Logano is on the imaginary cutoff bubble right now if no one wins and everyone's making on points, but that's highly unlikely that none of these drivers will win a race in the next round. I'm actually predicting that all 3 drivers who win in the next 3 races will be playoff guys. I don't think there's going to be a repeat winner, and I don't think there's going to be someone outside of this top 8 that does not win. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. Let's break down each driver individually and what I think is going to happen to them. And you guys can also comment down below in your predictions and also what's going to happen for guys that might not make it, who might make it, what's going to happen here, will there be mechanical failures, all that good stuff. And predictions with this playoff format is usually incredibly freaking difficult, so don't take any of this too seriously, because also we cannot judge mechanical failures. That's the fun part of trying to judge racing. You really have no idea what's going to happen, especially if a guy leading on the final lap can blow up an engine. It's very possible. Let's start with Kyle Busch, who hasn't won in about 3 months. It's been a while since he's won, but he is still Kyle Busch. He's still at the top of the grid, has the most playoff points, basically almost a full race on Ryan Blaney just without even doing a race in the next round. So he has 4 wins on the season, 15 top 5s, 24 top 10s, 2 DNFs. He's led the most laps out of anyone in the field, and he has the most stage wins as well of anyone in the field. However, you wouldn't really be thinking that over the last few months. He's been a little bit off, but I still believe he's going to be doing very well. I still believe he will make it to Homestead. I think Martinsville will be a good run for Kyle Busch. I do not think he will win, but I think he will run well. And that is my whole theory on Kyle Busch, actually, for this entire round. I think he will just run well. I think he will compete for wins. I just believe maybe a win might not be coming yet. He hasn't done it in 3 months, but with the points that he has, I believe he can point his way in to the next round. So he is one of the drivers that I am locking in to the final 4, one of my predictions. And as he's locked in, it's hard to say, but this next guy is going to be a little bit difficult. You guys probably don't agree with me on this, but Martin Truex Jr., who's right behind him on points, I think this is actually where one of the key battles lies between him and Kyle Busch, and who can get the most points. Truex has 6 wins on the season. That is the most of any driver in the field. 13 top 5s, 20 top 10s, 2 DNFs, 804 laps led, almost a little over 500 less laps led than Kyle Busch. He also has 5 less stage wins, with only 6 wins in the stages. So here's what I think about Martin Truex Jr. This is probably where I'm wrong, because I believe he can easily win a race. I'm just not picking him to win a race, which then means he has to go one-on-one with Kyle Busch on points. And that's where I struggle a little bit. It's a coin toss. It's really a coin toss between him and Kyle Busch if neither of them win. If one of them wins, then obviously that's good. Oh, cool, good. But I don't believe either one of them will win one of the next 3 races, and then that leads me to where we have to go a points battle, and I just think Kyle Busch can outpoint Martin Truex Jr. over 3 races at Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix. Me leaving Truex out of the final 4 will make a little bit more sense. Well, not a lot, but a little bit more sense once you realize kind of who I'm going for to make it in. The only reason I am leaving Truex out is because of other drivers that I believe will win. If these other drivers do not win, I think Truex can point his way in along with Kyle Busch. But it's all a case of I just think other drivers will win, and that only leaves one spot for the final four, and then it becomes Kyle Busch versus Truex for me, and I'm going Kyle Busch. Next up is Denny Hamlin in third, who I believe is the favorite right now to win the championship. He's at 40-37 on points. He has 5 wins on the season, 17 top 5s, 21 top 10s, 747 laps led, and 5 stage wins. Not as impressive stats as the 2 guys in front of him, but he has been the man on fire. He has been running so well. He is so confident. He's heading to tracks that he's really freaking good at, and it's a matter of time. If he doesn't win Martinsville, which I think will be a surprise, I'm not picking him to win Martinsville, but he can very easily win Martinsville. If he doesn't, I believe he wins Texas. So that is where I put Denny Hamlin in my final four along with Kyle Busch. I think he locks himself in at Texas Motor Speedway. He has a Joe Gibbs racing car. That car has been hella fast at 1.5 miles this year, and he's been doing a fantastic job as well. So Texas Motor Speedway, Denny Hamlin wins that race, locks himself into the final four at Homestead, and with him, I believe who's won Kansas, and then I think he will win Texas, will head into Homestead as the favorite to win at another 1.5 miles at Homestead. Next up is Joey Logano, and this one's kind of hard for me, but I have him not making it to the final four. Again, for reasons of the guys in front of him, and for reasons that I don't think he will win. I think the Penske guys have been off in the second half of this season. I don't really know what's going on with them. It's just a little bit off for them. And it seems like one driver does really well and another driver doesn't when it comes to like Logano and Keselowski. And Keselowski had a bad day at Kansas, while Logano didn't have that much better of a day. It looks like a 1.5 mile speed has not been the greatest. I think Logano's really good at short tracks, and I think he will run very well at Martinsville, but I'm worried for him at Texas, and I'm a little bit worried for him at Phoenix. I don't think he'll be winning Martinsville, which leaves him in a little bit of a hole for the next 2 races against his competitors, and I just have him missing out, not by a lot, but I have him missing out of the final four. He has 2 wins in the season, 10 top 5s, 17 top 10s, and over 800 laps led with 10 stage wins, which is the second most in the series, but I don't believe he's going to be able to get it done. In 5th place, 2 points outside of the cutoff line, is Kevin Harvick. He has 3 wins on the season, 12 top 5s, 22 top 10s, 793 laps led. He's been very solid and confident ever since he entered that 4 car in 2014. And I believe nothing will change here. I think for the sole reason that I have Kevin Harvick making the final four is not what he does at Martinsville, which is probably one of his worst racetracks. He never runs well at Martinsville. It's not because of what he's going to do at Texas. I think he'll run well at Texas, but I don't think he will win. I think Hamlin will win. It is because he has one of his best racetrack in the circuit, or in the NASCAR series circuit, is at Phoenix. And that race is the race before Homestead, and I believe he will win that. And that's not really going out on a limb. Harvick has a countless number of wins at Phoenix. He is so strong there, and I believe Rodney Childress will give him the car that he needs at Phoenix to go ahead and win that race. Not only win it, but I think he will dominate it with the fastest car, and Kevin Harvick locks his way in a must-win situation at Phoenix, so that's what I believe. So that makes it 3 of the 4 drivers in the final 4. Let's go to 6, 7, and 8. Chase Elliott, Larson, and Blaney. I'm going to start with Blaney at the bottom. We'll start at the bottom with Ryan Blaney. He has 1 win on the season, which came in the last round of Talladega. 9 top 5s, 15 top 10s, only 422 laps led. Not the greatest of stats. And he's pretty far back in terms of points. He is 29 points, or not 29, 21 points behind Joey Logano, and I do not think he will point his way in, which means he has to win, and I do not believe he can win one of the next 3 races. It's as simple as that. I just don't think Blaney will win one of the next 3 races, and that leaves him out. Kyle Larson is at 40-11. He is 19 points behind Joey Logano. He also has 1 win on the season, 7 top 5s, 15 top 10s, 7 DNFs. He has a ton of DNFs this season, and 523 laps led. I think the DNF might come again. I think he'll become 8 in this round. And again, with Larson, if he wins one of these next 3 races, he could easily become the favorite at Homestead alongside Denny Hamlin, because he's going to be so good at Homestead when you have to run the top. However, I just don't think he'll be able to make it. I don't think he can point his way in compared to guys with like Busch and Truex and Logano. And I don't think he can win either. I don't think he'll be very strong at Martinsville, and I don't think he'll have the car to win at Texas. And then at Phoenix, it just seems like too much competition. So Larson, for me, is out. Which leaves the fan favorite in the Lone Hendrick car, Chase Elliott. 40-24 on points. He is 6 behind Logano. Could point his way in. He has 3 wins on the season, 11 top 5s, 15 top 10s, 5 DNFs, over 600 laps led, 5 stage wins. Now, the stats on the season are not as impressive as someone like Truex, who I'm leaving out. So why would I put Chase Elliott in and not Truex? Why would I put Harvick in and not Truex? Well, the main reason why I have Chase Elliott in is because of the tracks we are headed to. Chase Elliott is very, very good at short tracks and road courses, which is no surprise. Chase Elliott is a hell of a race car driver. He is immense talent. I believe he is one of the top 3 drivers in the series right now. I just think Hendrick Motorsports lets him down sometimes with the cars that they give him. Alan Gustin says it all the time that Chase Elliott is one of the best drivers, and whenever they give him the car, he usually does something with it. You saw that at the Roval, you saw that at Kansas last week, you see it at short tracks week in and week out, and you see it at the road courses every year. He is an immense race car driver right now, coming into the peak of his powers. I don't think he'll hit his prime for another few years, so there's still a ton of time for Chase Elliott to show what he's really capable of. But we're coming to tracks like Martinsville, and we're coming to tracks like Phoenix. Ignore Texas. I don't think they'll do anything at Texas because Hendrick Motorsports doesn't have the speed of the 1.5 miles, I believe, like at a track like Texas. And so you come to a track like Martinsville, you come to a track like Phoenix, and I just believe one of those 2 races he will win. I have him winning Martinsville, which is why I have Chase Elliott in my final 4. I think he can outduel guys like Logano and Hamlin at the short track. And he'll also, if he doesn't win Martinsville, he can also very well win Phoenix. But I personally have Harvick winning that race at Phoenix. However, I think Chase will get it done at Martinsville. I think he will get the win at Martinsville, and he will make it to the final 4 based off of the win. If he does not win at Martinsville, I am quickly, and rightfully so, switching my pick to Martin Truex Jr. to advance to the final 4, mainly because I do not believe Chase Elliott can point his way in. I do not think he can outpoint Martin Truex Jr. or Kyle Busch in the next round. I believe he has to win at Martinsville. One of the best chances he might have to point his way in is if Logano and Harvick had bad days at Martinsville and he has a little bit of a gap heading into Texas and Phoenix. However, I just think Harvick's going to win one of these next 3 races, and I do not think Elliott can point his way in when it's only 1 point available, or 1 spot available. So, if he does not win at Martinsville, I will be picking Truex to make it to the final 4. If he does win at Martinsville, he makes it to the final 4 and Truex misses out. Comment down below with what your predictions are. I feel like I went very detailed with the drivers there. And we talked about each track, you know, how these guys are kind of strong at some tracks and not strong at other tracks. So I think you can definitely count on Kevin Harvick struggling a little bit at Martinsville. He just does struggle at Martinsville all the time when they go there. So he's not going to be running very well there, but he will make it through. I think Kyle Busch will make it through on points over his teammate Martin Truex Jr. I think Denny Hamlin, I'm most confident about him. Like, I'm very, very confident. If he misses out, I'll be very surprised. One of the only ways he misses out has to be loose wheel, penalty on pit road, finishing 25th in a race. I mean, something like that has to happen. Very, very confident Denny Hamlin to make it through. And my underdog pick will be Chase Elliott advancing instead of Martin Truex Jr. Probably not popular, but that's what I have because Chase Elliott, I believe, will win Martinsville. So, again, comment down below with anything you guys think of what's going to happen in the next round. This is the part of the season that I actually really enjoy about the playoffs. I like these 3 tracks, except for Texas. You know, if we could replace Texas with a Darlington, or with, I don't know, something better than Texas, which is literally any other track on the circuit, then I would immensely love this round. But it is okay. We are having a solid battle for a championship before we head to Homestead, where it becomes a crapshoot and you never know what happens. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below. Again, I've said that 4 times now, so if you don't comment down below, I'm sad. And please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. It is at RealRadman. And I'll see you guys later. Hope you're having a fantastic day. On to Martinsville is my favorite goddamn track on the circuit. My favorite race of the season. Playoffs at Martinsville. It is immense. And they're going to make it even better next year with having it as the elimination race in the round of 8. And then hopefully they make it the best by 1 year with a rotating finale. The championship ends up at Martinsville. If you want true drama and crapshoot intensity with 4 drivers and you just want to see pure chaos, put the championship race at Martinsville. That's pure ratings right there and pure entertainment. Love it. Beautiful. Mwah. All right, I'll see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. Peace out.
I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I try, my love, she keeps me warm.